It was September of 2008 when a hurricane named Ike swept through. Those of you that were around in 2008, you might remember that. Hurricane Ike. It caused extensive damage, particularly in Texas. 110-mile-per-hour winds swept through and ripped through one town in particular that was most impacted. It was called Gilcrest. It's a little beachside town in Texas. It's a community that boasted about 200 homes, just a small neighborhood, mostly retired couples who had gone there, moved there to this little shoreline community to enjoy a little peace and respite in that season of their life. And just when they were looking for some peace, the storm came. And the aftermath of Ike was devastating. In fact, the people that had visited the site afterward said that it was nearly completely unrecognizable 24 hours later after the storm. The once populated neighborhood with brightly colored homes and detailed landscaping and green lawns and friendly sidewalks. Now, the neighborhood, they said, didn't really resemble a neighborhood at all. It looked more like a swamp. It was almost completely desolate, just a muddy patch of ground. There was almost nothing left except fragments of what once was. But the only thing that gave a slight nod to the history, the only landmark that gave evidence that there was once a community that existed the day before, is that of the 200 houses that had been there, only one remained. 199 of them had been wiped out by the storm, but there was one that was still standing. I think we have a couple of images so that you can see the odd, remarkable sight of this one house remaining standing after the storm. And oh, I wish I had time, because if I had time tonight, I would just ask the question, what is it about this house that kept it standing when the storm wiped everything else out? Because the truth is, if I had time, I'd tell you about the owners who had been through previous storms. So they made the wise, proactive decision to retrofit their house so that it would be prepared for future storms. Oh, we could spend some time right there if we had time. But rather, I would like for you to consider that shocking image that you just saw and think about how it not only displays for us a look at geographical landscape, but honestly, sadly, if you think about it, it looks a whole lot like the landscape of some of our lives. Because the truth is, there's a whole lot of people that started out on the journey with us, but now, in these years we're in right now, we look around us and realize that everybody ain't building houses that are still standing. That the truth is, when we started out, made a commitment maybe to follow Christ, or made a commitment to see our marriage through to the end, or that endeavor that the Lord had entrusted to us, or that ministry that He asked us to start, everybody had so much fervor at the beginning of the building project. But then the storm came. And now we look around us and realize that everybody ain't building houses that are built to last. Lives that will go the distance. Where are the saints who will remain? Where are the ones who have decided that come hell or high water, I've decided that as for me and my house, what we gonna do is we gonna serve the Lord? That the political landscape may change, that all those around us may change, that our financial situation may change, but no matter what happens around us, we've decided that we have made a decision to follow Jesus. Where are the saints who will remain? Why is it that it's becoming harder and harder to find people who are plain old flat out faithful, that have decided to follow Jesus, that have decided there's no turning back? There's no turning back. People are drifting away. Have you noticed? There are spouses who are leaving. There are parents who are giving up. There are dreamers who are throwing in the towel on the dream God put in their heart. There are ministers who are quitting what they said was a calling. How do you quit a calling? Many people are abandoning their faith. They're deconstructing their faith to the point where what they have left doesn't even look like faith anymore. Where are the people who will remain, who will stay, who will plant their feet firmly and choose faithfulness. And can I tell you, the older and older I get, y'all, the less impressed I am with the famous. And the more and more impressed I am with the people who are just plain old flat out faithful. They may not be famous, but they've remained. They may not be rich, but they've remained. They may not be applauded, but they've remained. They may not have best-selling books or millions of followers on Instagram, but they ain't concerned about that. They try to be steadfast, immovable, and always abounding in the work of the Lord. We need some people who are just faithful. Not comparing themselves with somebody else's house, not wondering whether or not their house looks good compared to the other people's house around them. No, this is the house the Lord has entrusted to me. And so I'm going to make sure this foundation is firm. And I'm going to make sure that the scaffolding on this house is solid. And I'm going to make sure that I have a house that is still standing. So I came to encourage you to stay, to remain, to be faithful. What is it that God has called you to do? Only you know the assignment that He has entrusted to you, the ministry that you know He has called you to start, that you feel ill-equipped for, you feel like you're not gifted enough, not talented enough, so you've delayed doing what God has asked you to do, and you've thought maybe you'll throw in the towel because you tried it for a little while, but it doesn't seem like it's flourishing or growing, so you're just about to throw in the towel. I came to tell you to stay. The entrepreneurial that God has birthed in your heart, the marriage, the relationship that He has entrusted to you, the parents, the teenagers, Lord have mercy, that the Lord has entrusted us to parents. I came to tell you, don't throw in the towel now, sis. Stay. And maybe it's just, one or two of you that are in the room or on the other side of the screen tonight. And honestly, you just said to the Lord this week that if you don't show up and do something real specific to encourage me, to let me know that you will never leave me nor forsake me, Lord, I feel so isolated and alone and abandoned and confused. And if you don't do something, God, I'm getting ready to throw in the towel. Well, the Lord sent me all the way over from Dallas, Texas to tell you to stay. Remain. Be faithful. Not in that situation that maybe is unhealthy, and with wise counsel, you do need freedom from. There are situations like that, but a lot of times, y'all, we're just abandoning stuff because we're tired. We're just abandoning stuff because, it's gotten difficult, and it has, and the storm has opened, the clouds have opened up over our life, the rain is fallen, the hail has fallen, the winds are blowing hard against us, and so we're about to throw in the towel. But the Spirit of the living God lives inside of you and inside of me to give us resolve that we do not have in our own strength and in our own power, so that we can remain. I came to tell you to stay. Be faithful. What is the assignment the Lord has entrusted to you?